Occurred in a very public place, in a place where families gather, where you can expect kids to be. And in fact, we know that there was a very young child here at this IHOP, somewhere around 1 year old. But obviously, when something like this occurs, where you have innocent bystanders who are at risk, because of the shooting and because of the incident that is taking place, this takes it to a different level. I want to commend the response of the Suffolk County Police Department and our officers here and the work that they've done. I think it is an example of why we have really the lowest crime rate we've ever seen in this county. And this community, the Ronkonkoma community, it's a wonderful community, it's a safe community. So this is not an incident that we're expecting to see here in this community, here in this place. But again, the Suffolk County Police Department responded extraordinarily quickly and did an exceptional job in responding to the incident and apprehending individuals here. And I want to reassure the public that this incident was a targeted shooting. This is not something where the public has to be concerned that there is somebody out there who's committing a random shooting. This appears to be targeted. But I want to turn this over to our Chief of Department, Stu Cameron, to provide the details of what happened with this incident. Chief?
Thank you, sir. As the County Executive said, I'm Stu Cameron, Chief of Department of Suffolk County Police. I'm joined by some of my colleagues. I'm joined by our Chief of Detectives, Gerard Giganti, our Deputy Chief of Detectives, Matt Lewis, and the Commanding Officer of our 4th Precinct, Inspector Michael Romagnoli. And I just want to stress that this is very early in this investigation. It's very preliminary. There's a lot of information that we're not going to be able to release. So with that, I'm going to give you as much information as we can. The Suffolk County Police Department, shortly after 1:24 this afternoon, began receiving multiple calls originating from the IHOP across the street from me, located at 339 Portion Avenue. The calls were describing what we initially believed to be an active shooter event in progress. We were told that multiple shots had been fired and that people are hiding in different places of the restaurant. The call was dispatched to our units at 1:24 and 50 seconds. The first unit was on scene here at 1:26, a minute and 10 seconds later. So the response time of the Suffolk County Police Department to this event was extraordinary. Over 50 units responded here, 50 of our police units from our 4th Precinct, from our 6th Precinct, from our Highway Patrol Bureau, from our Emergency Service Section, from our K-9 unit, and from our Aviation Section. So clearly our response was rapid and very robust because, again, we believe this was an active shooter attack in progress. What we believe to have occurred now is that there were two groups of individuals in the restaurant, multiple individuals sitting at a table. One of the individuals from the other group was leaving. He approached the group that was still sitting at the table. At the time that this occurred, from looking at the closed circuit television that was recorded inside the restaurant was fairly busy with patrons. There were at least 20 patrons in the restaurant, including a family with a child in a high chair directly across from this table. When this individual approached the table with the multiple individuals sitting at it, one of the individuals rose up, drew a gun, and fired multiple shots. We believe striking this individual at least one time. Again, the backstop of the individual for the shooting was this family with a child in a high chair directly behind them. That individual fled. At 13:36, the subject we believe to be the shooter was apprehended around the corner from the scene on Portion Holbrook Road by one of our astute 6th Precinct sergeants as it responded to the scene. So again, we believe we have the shooter in custody. The victim, who was shot at least one time, was dropped off in a civilian car by a civilian car at Stony Brook Hospital. He's undergoing surgery at this time. So right now, as the county executive said, we believe this is a targeted shooting. We believe the subjects had an interaction prior to the shooting. We do not believe that it's a random act, that there's any reason for the public to be concerned, other than the fact that this shooting occurred in a crowded restaurant with multiple people inside. Are there any questions?
So it was the person who approached the table who was shot?
Yes.
How many others were arrested?
Right now we have at least one person in custody, the person that we believe to be the shooter.
Was the child hurt?
None of the innocent patrons were seriously hurt in the restaurant. None of them were shot. One woman was struck by a bullet fragment that did not penetrate her body. There was a bullet fragment caught in her sweater. So it's very clear that the potential for this event could have been dire. The restaurant, I would say, was, again, fairly crowded, at least 20 people. Several families in here, and there was a family directly across from where the shooting occurred. So it could have been much worse. The potential was definitely there for this to be much worse.
Were these people local people, the shooters?
We're not ready to identify the people involved in the incident yet. As I said, it's very preliminary investigation, and we're still potentially looking for other people that are involved.
Any police hurt?
No police officers hurt.
You don't know the nature of the dispute between these groups?
Not at this time. Again, it's very preliminary investigation. We just wanted to get some information out for you because I know this is a concerning event. The point that we want to stress is we believe this was a targeted shooting, and there's no reason that the general public should be concerned that this was a random act that could jeopardize their safety.
Karen, you might have said this. How many people were in the two groups?
There were multiple people sitting at a table, at least three, when one of the people from another group approached the table and shots were fired almost immediately. Okay, thank you.
You heard about a half a dozen shots, is that accurate?
I would say multiple shots were fired. The exact quantity I'm not at liberty to release yet. We're investigating everything at this point, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
PIO will update you guys when it's